Let's do this, puppy.
Let's do this, puppy.
I didn't know Galford was. Is he supposed to be American?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I don't
know much about.
know, I guess, actually, yeah.
Samurais.
They got swords.
They got dogs.
Some have dogs.
I see at least 50% of them have dogs here, by my calculation.
I think you might need a larger, like, sample set.
Ah, fuck.
This is a Samurai Shodown.
Yeah,
This is the PlayStation 4 version.
You mean Samurai Shodown?
Yes. It's a Samurai Shodown.
This is revisionist history. They're erasing Samurai Shodown 1. Ooh.
Yeah, so they went and rebooted Samurai Shodown.
Yeah, it's been a while, right? Or have I just not been paying attention to Samurai Showdowns, let's say, post the third one?
I'm gonna say that I mean, there was like a Samurai Shodown 6, there was a Samurai Shodown 64.
Yeah, I remember, oh god, I remember that. Oh shit.
Shit. I got too ambitious. That probably would have ended the fight. Like that.
Like this?
Just the end of the fight.
That's cool.
But that's round 1. I was trying to end the fight.
I did,
And now you don't get, now neither of us have rage bars.
I don't need a rage bar. The greatest rage lies within. That sounds like some samurai shit, huh?
That sounds legit.
Oh no. Oh. I didn't quite know how that move would come out here.
This game feels very stiff. Deliberately so.
Yeah.
I think like it's meant to be like, hey, these normal, like these heavy slashes are real hard.
Right. You're gonna take like a third of your health bar if you get
on
like,
counter.
On a counter hit heavy. Yeah, I think so here's my take on Samurai Shodown.
Let's hear it.
I think Samurai Shodown's cool as hell. Like just the idea of it and what's happening, and especially like in the time, you know, there weren't a lot of like fighting game, like the hits hit really hard in this game, and it's really satisfying. It's really cool looking, and it's just like, oh shit, like you killed that guy almost instantly. Like you have rounds that end in a second. And I thought all that was really cool, but I didn't necessarily love playing it. Like I would much rather play a Street Fighter.
Sure.
So the fact that they've kind of recaptured that original feeling more or less, like, you know, it's hard unless you like move directly from Samurai Shodown 2 to this and back and forth. I think they got an approximation of it at the very least.
Yeah, I mean they're going for those games. So I feel like the series topped out at Samurai Shodown 2.
Yeah.
A high watermark in fighting games.
Coming to EVO 2019 in an official capacity.
Really?
Yeah, for Anime EVO.
Great.
Oh, I'm already covered in blood. Oh yeah, that feels good.
So yeah, I was not a big fan of 3 on, basically.
I got a butt bounce.
You do have a butt bounce.
Check this one out. So we're looking at 4-button fighter, 3 normal moves, and a kick.
Yep. Weak, medium, heavy slashes, and then a kick. Yeah. The kick is kind of designed as the, hey, this is the fast attack button, but I feel like none of the attacks come out as fast as they did in the early Samurai Shodown games. Even these kicks, like you used to be able to chop those out like a Street Fighter jab, just pop, 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 you know, and even the light slash was very fast in a lot of those games, depending on character. But this game just feels, it feels in some ways deliberately stiff, and in some ways maybe not deliberately stiff. Like I really don't like the way it feels just from inputs and movement, and even stuff like walk speed. Like it's very dash.
It's like a huge weight
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like, oh, I'm heavy. It feels like, oh, this feels like mud.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't feel good. And that's been my hugest problem with the games. I think it kind of feels like shit.
I think
I should say we're using the, what they have billed as the day one patch. I know there's been a lot of talk out there about like, oh, the launch version has 8 frames of input lag, but the day one patch is 4 frames. This is version 101, which is, I think, what they are saying is their day one patch. Because I know that's probably the first thing people would say when I say, hey, this doesn't feel good. This is the version that's supposed to feel better. But it's... I think they're doing what they set out to do. I just don't know that I like the feel of it. Like, I think they wanted to have it have this very weighty thing, but I just, yeah, man. It doesn't feel like the old games the way I want it to.
Cause like, yeah, I mean, I feel like something that led to those old games feeling like more dynamic is that like dynamic zoom that you get sometimes when you're moving in and out, and that like just the fact that there's more movement happening in the background kind of adds to the franticness of it. Where this is a little
it was never like
slow.
A hugely fast walk speed in those games either. It wasn't, but it's just
But it felt like these tense moments of like, oh, I'm gonna throw in a move. Oh shit, my move got blown up. Whereas this is just kind of like sometimes before you're gonna get hit, like, oh well, my move is still coming out and everything's so slow that I know I'm fucked.
And that's like cool. I think there are not a lot of games doing that these days. So it's definitely got its own vibe. But I don't.
Like that one move, you starting it, hitting me, and recovering from it took 4 seconds.
That was just one press of the heavy slash there. That was not a.
Which like. So if this game was way snappier, I think it could be kind of cool. Where it's just like you go round after round after round after round.
Yeah.
But
that
was cool. But like the load times in this are a little rough.
Load times are pretty rough.
This between match stuff is just
you can't skip any of this.
Skip any of this. Like, I think if it default, like if we had the same kind of match length and it defaulted to 3 out of 5 and it was way faster, it'd be cooler because it's just like, to me it's like almost like a party fighting game where you have a bunch of people in a room and you can pass around the controller really quick because there's not like, each character has like 2 or 3 specials.
Right, well, I mean, there's technique, right? Because I mean, there's like just defense, like if you time your blocks right.
But I mean just like in the fact that it is very pick up and playable. It's just not necessarily a great execution of that style of game.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that.
I just gotta kick you. I kicked you.
I think the earlier games, especially the first few, just had a better grasp on that stark, grim feel of like, okay, here's this sparse music and these 2 characters with swords are facing off and you're just like, like that type of anime sword battle.
Out and it would be really cool. Like this game has a thing right at the top that's like, do you want gore on or off?
Yeah.
And I turned it on.
It's not, you don't get there's blood spray here and there. Characters will cut in half, but it's like, it actually looks kind of like the old games in some ways, the way the characters come cut in half, but
that's right. Mao Canoe to you and your loved ones.
How are you gonna not put a caffeine nicotine in this video game? Oh geez, I don't know.
He's cool. Is Hattori Hanzo a real guy?
Yeah.
Because it's been in so many different fictions.
If it's not a real guy, then it's like a
folk legend,
mythological
kinda,
character.
Yeah, okay.
I think the look of it doesn't. I think the game doesn't look amazing. This was a game that when I saw it in passing at like PAX and some trade shows, I looked at them, I'm like, oh, they're like maybe they're going for like a Street Fighter 4 thing. Like, this looks all right. And now that like we're spending more time with it, like I don't know that I like the looks of the backgrounds or just like I don't know, man.
I kind of like it. I think the animations are really good. All the moves look very fluid. I think that's by nature of them taking so long to come out. They like get a lot of frames to work with, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always gonna prefer like a nice looking kind of pixely or like a Orcsys style fighting game look to this, but I think for what it is, I'm okay with it. Whoa. Let's see if I can do my frog thing. That's just Monkey D. Luffy back there, but as like a normal guy.
Oh, he's also real.
Okay.
Oh no.
What's up? I'm the asshole who says the name of all of my moves when I do them.
Oh, you're a fighting game character.
Oh shit, my insides. Wow.
That does more damage depending on how full your rage gauge is when you pop it.
Yeah. There's also supers that you can do once a round.
And you can kind of do them whenever.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Like normally it'd be like, oh, wait for the meter to fill up and then you can do a thing for a little while. But this is like, they've changed some of those systems.
Just like a universal towards, half circle towards.
They've got like a background dodge kind of thing. They've got a sword catch that'll cause a disarm.
Yeah, you can do like a parry move.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can parry to knock somebody's weapon out of their hand, and then if you are weaponless,
if you're unarmed, then it's a catch.
Their sword.
Yeah. Which is neat. You know, they've got some systems. Oh.
He's laughing because he's only got one eye. He's like, man.
I got one eye, but two swords. Should I just set it to random? I feel like we accidentally ended up on the boat stage twice.
Oh.
Because I just pushed to the left a bunch and hit the button, but... It's got modes. It's got a story mode, pretty standard stuff, some cutscenes along the way. You fight a boss. They were very adamant about, like, don't show the boss because it's a spoiler. Don't show the gallery because it's full of spoilers. I can say, having seen that stuff, not a big deal.
Is it M. Bison?
Yeah, it's M. Bison.
Holy
How'd you know?
Shit. You're gonna have to edit that out.
Sorry, yeah.
Ducked under my swords.
Bird up.
It's not even fair. I don't have a bird.
You get two swords. I have a scarf.
Yeah, you know, I was actually having a lot more fun with this before I was playing another human. The recovery on that is not. I've been trying to do one of those super moves for the last like 3 games, and I cannot get it to come out.
It's there's two super moves. There's like a quarter circle forward, I think with L1, which I think is medium and hard slash.
Yeah, there's that, but then the like
there's
universal
one
one is towards, half circle towards, and then circle X.
Right. Oh, is that universal? Because that was always like power moves, motion. I didn't know that was with everybody.
Do you want to show off some other modes?
Yeah, sure. Let's get into some modes.
I love modes. Mode 7. Median mode.
Mm-hmm.
Time trial.
Yeah. You know, they got a survival mode. They got a gauntlet mode. It's just kind of like, hey, this one, your health doesn't refresh all the way. I think in this one it does. Dojo's like a ghost battle mode where like you're creating AI, I guess, in theory, and then you are fighting against other players' AI.
That amiibo promise for Smash, where it was like you play against it over and over again, and it's going to learn from you and get better.
Yeah.
This might be the person I played earlier.
Oh.
If he jumps in place a lot, just hit him.
Okay. You like that green hell?
Green hell zone.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a backdoor prequel to Sonic the Fighters.
God, no.
I find opening with a heavy slash, just hitting the button, sometimes just does it.
Yeah.
And then jumping in and doing it again.
Oh, yeah. This is the Samurai Shodown I know. Yeah! Look out.
Got those moves.
Try hitting him with that super.
Sure.
I like the music.
That's the wrong button, I think. There we go. Boom.
This is crazy damage.
I don't know that I like the little speed line swooshes on the sword stuff. It looks underwhelming for the impact of some of the hits. Like, it looks like unfinished art, in a way.
I get that. It's really distracting to me because this game, like, obviously you mentioned it before, but like, kind of has a Street Fighter 4 look to it. And the intro scene for the Street Fighter 4 is just like those white and black swirls surrounding everyone.
Yeah.
And it just makes me want to play Street Fighter 4.
Yeah. That's Sumi-E ink style or whatever. Would you like to receive ghost from opponent? We've received a ghost. Uh-oh.
There's a ghost in the machine.
Let's try another ghost. I always like this mode as like conceptually.
Yeah.
Let's try the highest ranked ghosts.
Ken Bogard.
Yeah. Ken Bogard. His famous catchphrase, "Are you okay? I'm incredibly wealthy."
He goes to fist bump Ryu and then takes off his hat.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Andy
hangs his hat on the fist. Ryu sticks his fist out and he just hangs the hat on it. I think this is what I do. Again, I'm just going to hit the button and see how that works. Poorly.
Oh,
good.
Shit.
All right.
This is the most advanced
Tactics.
ghost I've ever seen. And I've seen 3 of them by now. Oh, look out. Somebody spams dodge a lot.
Yeah, this one spams dodge a lot.
No wonder he's so high ranked.
You got overheads, you know, hitting medium and heavy here gives you this, that.
Surprise attack, you mean?
Sorry, yes, surprise attack, they call it. Surprise, it's an overhead.
Surprise, I'm hitting you in this fighting game.
Oh, there we go. There's a little blood.
Hey, that's the best blood/gore effect I've seen so far.
Yeah.
And that's kind of underwhelming.
It was over pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I think this screen, like, look at him. Look at his face. He looks bad. This looks bad. Like, the art is bad,
so
right? Like,
busy and, like, my eyes.
look at his nose. I mean, just look at his dumb face.
I mean, Haramuru's always had a dumb face.
You take back what you... Oh. Get out.
The only Samurai Shodown guy with a good face is Earthquake.
Fair enough. All right. Story mode.
Is it a different story for each character?
I don't know.
I only did Hanzo's.
Yeah. You get some cutscenes intermingled in with this stuff.
So far, this is the same.
Okay.
田沼意次が失脚。新たに老中の任に就いた。I
don't know. I guess I'm feeling pretty underwhelmed with this thing. I was looking forward to it because I was like, oh man, if they can get Samurai Shodown back on track, it's been a long time.
Yeah, I just wonder how, like, other than it making it feel a little better, which is a little ambiguous, I don't really know how you make Samurai Shodown stand out in 2019.
Well, it's like, you know, like today's games are not as systems heavy as the most complicated fighting games that have come along, but they've found a middle ground, right? Like there are some systems in place. This game has some systems in place.
True.
About how it handles its meters and stuff. Like I think they, on paper, they made what I think you would probably do for a 2019 Samurai Shodown. I just don't especially like the way it looks or feels.
She mentioned there was like a tutorial at the top. Pretty low quality tutorial. Like it just runs you through all of the buttons and all of the moves you can do.
It tells you what the systems are.
And it gives you maybe one screen of why you would use it.
Yeah.
But
it's not great.
It's not great.
But it does at least tell you like, hey, here's how you do this. Here's why you know, or here are the supers you can do. Here's the rage burst stuff. But it doesn't do a great job of explaining all of that stuff. And one of the systems is, if you hit jump just as you're landing from a jump, you can jump again faster than you could. If you miss the window, then you kind of plant your feet and have to wait a little bit, like a few frames to jump again.
Yeah.
Which just seems like a bizarre concept.
Yeah, I guess like if you want to... If you like
if I miss this window here, so I'll jump back and boom, then okay, so that was I'm doing it.
Yeah.
No, okay. It just seems like I'm doing it. It just seems like you can jump.
This is a cool stage.
Okay, there. See that was a little bit of a more of a plant. I think I missed the window on it. But if I am timing those jumps well, you can get off the ground quickly again, which I guess if you want to hop around a bunch, which doesn't seem like a great tactic. I don't know, man. Like maybe I'm no fucking pro. Maybe someone will come along and be like, oh, you're a moron. This is really good.
The only scenario I could see that being useful in is if you think they are expecting you to do like an empty jump and then a grab or something.
Yeah.
But then if you hit that jump again, you're out of there before and you can bait something out, but that's so fringe.
It's a weird thing to like be like, hey, it's all in the tutorial about like, here's what it is. You're like, okay,
I really like this painting of her just like being the savior of all the Samurai Shodown characters.
Yeah. I want her to rage me up so I can try and do the other super.
Rage me up, Tom.
I'll see if I can actually land it. Landed it. It's that thing.
Oh, and that knocks
and the sword. Yeah.
Okay.
In older games, that would actually cause the sword to break apart, so you would be forcibly unarmed for a set amount of time, then the sword would fly out, and then you would have to get it.
Yeah, he looks bad here.
He looks bad, right?
Look at his arm. Look at his hand, and then how big his arm gets right after his wrist. That looks fucked up.
He just has a lot of reps on his Popeye muscles. I haven't tried the online yet since the game's not out for a little bit as of this recording. We'll go into the menus so you can at least see what that looks like. Ranked and unranked, it's got fight request type stuff.
Yeah, you can like sit in training mode with fight requests on.
Which I think it's strange that we still have games that have like create and join for like 1v1 situations.
Sure.
Like a ranked game or something like that. This has lobbies, which obviously you'd want to be able to create a room and have multiple players join and stuff. So that makes sense there. I'm not saying that.
No, but like having to Under Night does it too. It's a bummer.
Which I guess fight request kind of gets around that. But like, why not just have a, yo, I want to fight button? He did the thing.
The little kid on the barrel looks so much like Lord Farquaad, and it's all I can see, and it's really upsetting me.
I don't know who that is.
Watch Shrek sometime.
No, I'm alright.
It's got John Lithgow in it. He's Lord Farquaad.
Wait, are we talking about Third Rock from the Sun?
I would love to talk about Third Rock.
I don't think I've ever seen an episode of it. Was it any good?
It's pretty good.
Really?
I watched maybe, let's say, a dozen episodes, including the finale.
Okay.
They're aliens.
They're aliens,
That's
right?
what the
Yeah, that's
finale
the
gets
thing.
into.
Yeah. Wait. They wait until the finale? Or is that when everyone else around them learns the truth that they're not really from France?
What? Here's I like the presentation of this game. I like the style of it. It makes me wish.
I wish the in-game art looked better. Like and those windscreen characters don't look good either. But yeah, the style of it, like they're going for that, and I think they do a good job. Yeah, it just, I don't know, man. It just doesn't feel good.
That's just Psylocke. They just stole Psylocke.
No. You like how I hit that button at the start of the fight?
Yeah, now she's covered in blood.
Yeah, and now she has like under half health. All right. Oh wait, I can't quit. Oh, I have to wait for this whole thing because you can't skip any of that stuff. All right, so what do you got? You got a practice mode, store link right here, and the online stuff. And then it'll go to like the live stream page of the PlayStation front end, which is also a strange integration. Oh, that's weird. So yeah, unranked matches, you can get 10-player lobbies going.
Give it a shot. Great.
So I can go push over here, and then I can be like, okay, all regions. Okay, so what this is, okay, this isn't a create join thing. This is you can search right here at the menu or like turn on fight request, which is what this is. And then they changed to this, which is still like a weird integration. It's a weird way to build it. I don't know. It's fine.
So, it's a pretty cool car.
You like my car?
Yeah.
It's from Daytona.
94, huh? It's a good year.
It's a good car. All right. Unranked. We can go over here and then, yeah, so you can either search. This is maybe where it's a little. You can set it to search for single versus, all regions, any, and then hit entry. And okay, no one's got a room going. So let's create one. Yeah, sure. Room name, private room off, region all. Stage random, sure. Oh, wait, all right, now we, okay.
Sure you don't want the boat?
And this is what this looks like, because we can go assign ourselves as the captain of the room, and then wait for people to join, and then fight. You can chat.
You're gonna get banned. Yes. Just really warn people.
I disbanded the room, but I told him.
Yeah, you gave him a heads up.
Yeah, it's okay. So yeah, I know they had that online beta, and I saw a lot of people going like, "Man, you need to put rollback in this." So that sounds like what it is. But you know, I'll be curious to check it out a little bit to see how the online stuff goes. But I just don't know that I like the core game enough to care all that much.
I'm kind of there with you.
Yeah, it's okay. But I would still rather play Samurai Shodown 2. That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, there's something about like, this could have been, I don't think this ever would have been like, you know, the fighting game to revolutionize like modern fighting games or anything, but there was such a nostalgia around Samurai Shodown. It was so cool and so novel at the time. And then it kind of floundered for a while, you know, people didn't keep up as much, but
yeah, I'm sure there were people who were definitely fans of those later games, for sure.
But I feel like this was a really good chance for them to like recapture that nostalgia. There's kind of a big fighting game boom going on right now.
Yeah.
Ed, I think is his first name.
Okay, yeah. So that's Samurai Shodown. It's I think it's out on the 25th, Tuesday.
It's a full price video game?
Oh, that's a good question. I believe it to be.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is a full price video game.
Okay.
They've got a special edition
pass
with all kinds of other stuff too. Not that I've seen, but the store stuff hasn't populated yet since the game is not quite out. But there you go, Ben. That's Samurai Shodown.
Hey, thanks, Jeff.
Thank you. Thank you.